Picture this. The night sky over Tel Aviv is lit with streaks of fire, the wail of air raid sirens slicing through the air like a knife. Anderson Cooper, CNN's silver-haired anchor, stands on a rooftop, his voice steady as he reports on U.S. military strikes against Iranian nuclear sites. Suddenly, his face tightens. "We're hearing sirens, we need to move," he says, his calm demeanor barely masking the urgency. The camera jolts as he and his crew sprint toward a bomb shelter, the sound of chaos swirling around them. This is courage in real time, a journalist risking everything to deliver the truth. Now, fast forward just 24 hours. President Donald Trump, safe in the White House, doesn't praise Cooper's heroism. Instead, he unleashes a homophobic slur, mocking Cooper as Allison Cooper in a venomous social media post. The internet explodes. This isn't just a tweet, it's a cultural earthquake, and it's tearing America apart. Buckle up because we're diving into the drama that's got everyone talking. Trump's attack and the firestorm it ignited. On June 24, 2025, President Donald Trump, known for his unfiltered rhetoric, took aim at CNN's Anderson Cooper in a way that left jaws on the floor. In a post on X, Trump didn't just criticize Cooper's coverage of the recent U.S. airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. He got personal. Allison Cooper and his fake news pals at CNN are spinning lies about our bold, decisive action in Iran. Trump wrote, the name Allison dripping with intent. To many, it was a clear homophobic jab, a deliberate attempt to demean Cooper, an openly gay journalist, by feminizing his name in a derogatory way. The timing couldn't have been worse, or more calculated. Just one day earlier, Cooper had been broadcasting live from Israel, covering the geopolitical fallout of those strikes, when air raid sirens forced him to flee to a bomb shelter mid-report. The world watched as he kept his composure under pressure, a testament to his professionalism and grit. The backlash was swift and ferocious. Social media, particularly X, became a battleground. Anderson Cooper was literally running for his life to report the truth, and Trump mocks him with a homophobic slur? Disgusting. One user posted, their words racking up tens of thousands of likes. Another wrote, "This is what leadership looks like." Bullying a journalist who's braver than you'll ever be. The hashtag #StandWithAnderson began trending, with fans and fellow journalists sharing clips of Cooper's harrowing broadcast. He's a class act, and Trump's just a coward hiding behind his phone. One X-user declared, their post going viral with over 100,000 retweets. But not everyone was on Cooper's side. Trump's loyal base rallied to his defense, framing the slur as a harmless jab in his signature, tell it like it is style. Snowflakes are melting over a nickname while Cooper pushes anti-Trump propaganda, one pro-Trump account posted, linking to a Gateway pundit article that accused CNN of distorting the Iran strike success. Another supporter tweeted, "Allison Cooper? LOL, Trump's just keeping it real." The divide was stark, splitting X into two camps, those horrified by Trump's insensitivity and those cheering his defiance of political correctness. The media didn't hold back either. Outlets like LGBTQ Nation ran scathing headlines. Trump's homophobic dig at Anderson Cooper comes hours after he fled a war zone. Smart News reported, social media slams Trump for targeting CNN anchor with gendered slur, with users sharing the story en masse. CNN itself issued a rare statement. Anderson Cooper is a journalist of unparalleled courage, risking his life to report from conflict zones. Personal attacks like these are an affront to journalism and beneath the dignity of the presidency. Pundits on cable news dissected the controversy, with MSNBC's Rachel Maddow calling it a new low for a president already known for divisive rhetoric. Even Fox News, typically Trump-friendly, aired cautious criticism, with one host noting, "The timing of this feels off, given what Cooper just went through." A tale of valor and vitriol. Let's set the scene. It's June 23, 2025, and Anderson Cooper is in Tel Aviv, his face illuminated by the glow of city lights and distant explosions. He's mid-sentence, explaining the implications of U.S. strikes on Iran, when the air raid sirens scream. "We have incoming," he says, his voice steady but clipped. The camera shakes as he and his crew scramble down a stairwell, the sound of their footsteps echoing in the concrete shelter. Cooper keeps reporting, his eyes locked on the lens, even as the world around him feels like it's unraveling. This is journalism at its rawest, a man staring down danger to tell the story. Now cut to Washington, D.C., where President Trump, surrounded by the opulence of the White House, is scrolling through X. His fingers hover over his phone, crafting a post that will dominate the news cycle. Allison Cooper wasn't a slip, it was a dagger, aimed at Cooper's identity and meant to sting. The slur, rooted in homophobic stereotypes, wasn't just about mocking a journalist. It was a signal to Trump's base, a nod to the culture wars they relish. But this time, the blowback was bigger than he might have expected. The internet, already raw from the escalating US-Iran tensions, lit up with fury. You don't get to mock someone who's dodging missiles while you're tweeting from a bunker. One X-user raged, their post shared thousands of times. The fallout was relentless. Hashtags like #TrumpHate and #SupportAnderson trended alongside #MediaBias and #Trump2025, turning X into a digital war zone. Clips of Cooper's shelter dash went viral, juxtaposed with Trump's post, creating a stark contrast. Courage versus cruelty. Cooper stayed silent, letting his work speak, but his colleagues didn't. This isn't just about Anderson. It's about attacking anyone who dares tell the truth, a CNN anchor said on air, her voice trembling with anger. The controversy even reached Capitol Hill, where a few Democrats called for Trump to apologize, though the White House dismissed the uproar as liberal whining. A pattern of provocation. This isn't Trump's first dance with controversy. His playbook, name-calling, personal attacks, media bashing, is as old as his political career. From Lion Ted Cruz to Sleepy Joe Biden, Trump's knack for nicknames is his brand, a way to humanize himself to supporters while dehumanizing opponents. But targeting Cooper, a journalist with no political office, feels like a step too far. The Allison jab echoes past insults, like when Trump mocked Senator Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas or called MSNBC's Mika Brzezinski dumb as a rock. It's a tired tactic, but one that keeps his base energized. Cooper, meanwhile, is a study in resilience. From covering Hurricane Katrina's devastation to embedding in war zones, he's built a career on empathy and endurance. As an openly gay man, he's navigated prejudice with grace, never letting it derail his mission. His silence now, in the face of Trump's attack, is almost defiant, a refusal to stoop to the president's level. But the context of this moment matters. The U.S. strikes on Iran have thrust the world into uncertainty, with diplomats scrambling and markets wobbling. For Trump to pivot from global crisis to personal vendetta feels not just petty, but dangerously out of touch.